Hello, welcome to Inaudible, the podcast that's impossible to listen to. Featuring your two favourite banned comedians.
Yeah.
And Alex. Sorry, Alex, you weren't involved.
No controversy with you, unfortunately. Yeah, Jesus. I've noticed it as I was like logging in and stuff.
Yeah.
What
Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth number 23 on the channel Misty Trees has been removed upon appeal as well for spreading medical misinformation about COVID-19.
What?
Even though multiple times we say this is a joke, and at one point Kristian literally flashes in big giant letters, "This is a joke."
If anyone wants to see it, it's still on the Invisible Tower channel. So you can just search it. So that one apparently hasn't been caught by the cooler yet.
Okay.
It's automated, isn't it? They don't even watch the videos. They just...
Yeah.
I don't know what
even
they
when
do,
you
I don't know how they
appeal
do
it?
Now, CGP Grey
I don't
had
know.
a great discussion about this once on his podcast, and it seems like he reckons that it is automated pretty much all the way down until, unless you're famous, basically.
All the way down to the balls, basically. Yeah.
But look, I just put it I tweeted about it, but I'm not famous, so no one gives a shit. But there's an actual screenshot from the video where it literally just says that's a joke. But there we are. But the way they've worded their guidelines on YouTube is we may make exceptions if the purpose of the content is to condemn, dispute, or satirize the misinformation. So, basically, it's to stop them having to decide what's a joke and what isn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go. That's annoying. But that's life, I suppose.
Well. I guess on the main channel, on the Misty Trees channel, the episode before and after it, put in the pinned comment a link to the one on Invisible Tower saying, here is the next episode.
I was just thinking I should probably just add it to the playlist, shouldn't I? Move it. You can add someone else's video to your playlist. So if I add the Invisible Tower video to the Misty Trees playlist from Misty Trees, that should sort it.
Move it to the right place. Hi.
But yeah, anyway, speaking of shit, I don't know where I'm going with that phrase, but last week, of course, the Queen died. That was the main news last week. Yes. And I tried to be respectful, but I listened back to it and I think I went too far the wrong way. I was too respectful. So I want to balance it out a little bit now. I haven't done anything bad.
Just undesirable.
First of all, I want to read out some tweets from Irish pop sensation Jedward.
God.
Who
I've heard of them in years.
Who yesterday said things such as, defund the monarchy, taxpayer funds should be allocated to more crucial sectors to ease the cost of living and inflation. And we always stand with the people. This has never been an attack on a singular individual. It's a call for change on the corrupt institution that is the monarchy. So thanks to Jedward for that.
That's fair, I guess.
That doesn't sound like the sort. Does it? I don't know. I didn't really follow Jedward when they were people.
Shall I do the accent?
Sort of thing.
What accent did they have? Which part of Ireland were they from? I can't remember. It's inhumane cancelling funerals and rescheduling cancer treatments due to the Queen's funeral. No one should be treated as second-class citizens. They're not from that part of Ireland, but that's the only one I can barely do.
I just remember them being quite thick, and that sounds like someone else has written it for them.
Maybe their hair has finally taken over, and that's the one doing the thinking now.
How did they even get famous? I just remember hearing that name, and then that was it. I don't really know who they were.
They were on X Factor, I think. They
Oh, okay.
But they were just like hyper and strange, so they became well known because of that.
Fair enough, I guess.
By the way, I'll put all these links in the show notes in the order that I mentioned them. Another one is just a bit from The Guardian about how obscenely rich all the royal family are, and how You know, they have personal fortunes in the tens of millions of pounds, and yet we still pay for all their security and give them £89 million a year, taxpayer funded, which might, you know, this is in a country where people won't be able to either buy food or heat their homes in the winter. But you know, these multi-millionaires can have a bailout on us. Next link. So you know how a lot of like advertising hoardings, they're digital now, so there's a screen in there and they can change what they put on there. So a lot of them put a picture of HM the Queen saying, you know, RIP in peace and all that. And so some people put like flowers underneath them to, you know, pay their respects and what have you. But of course, these signs then do change eventually. So here is a picture of a floral tribute under an advert for Haribo.
Wait, one sec.
Unleash your licious?
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
There's just a bunch of memorial flowers under advertisement for Haribo because
looking at the ad.
Yeah, because it's a digital ad that
I see. Oh my god!
No one actually goes there to change it, and yeah.
Did you see? Also, I saw this. I'm sorry.
I was just going to shout out to the guy who tweeted this as well, Serial, who had a reply from the Daily Mail Online saying, "Can we use this picture on Mail Online with credit?" And like within a minute, he replied, "No."
Nah.
I saw his TikTok, and it was this guy. This guy, like, basically got an email from his gym, and it was about like an event, and it was like Night of the Living Dead, blah blah, and also it was released the day that the Queen passed, and then he got an apology email like a few hours later saying we're so sorry. We're so sorry, you know, we are grieving the Queen. That was completely unintentionally. It was a really badly scheduled email that was sent out before this happened, you know, and it was just like, oh my god.
Oh Jesus.
It was like that thing, was it you or was it Becky that said that RuPaul on Twitter, like a scheduled tweet was sent out saying like, you know, who's going to take the crown?
Oh yeah.
And it was just unfortunate timing.
Oh dear. I have mentioned on this podcast before the excellent Twitter account @mascotsilence, which is Mascot's Minute Silence, which is just a compilation of photos of like fluffy football mascots participating in the Minute Silence for like Remembrance Day and things like that.
I do remember you mentioning this, yeah.
So they're back on form again with a few respectful things for the Queen. So that's recommended again. Next thing, so I got a few of these, so I'll rush through them. It's important to have the balance. Here is a picture of German magazine Der Spiegel, with the man tweeting a picture of it saying, "Wow, the Germans hate her as much as the Irish apparently, because on the front it says, 'Die, Queen.'"
What does "die" mean in German?
It means the.
Yeah, I'm a bit lost.
The, okay.
No one who speaks German could be an evil man.
Oh, Simpsons. Sorry, it took me a while to get.
Setting a theme. Here is a picture of a touching photographic display that an estate agents put up in their window, but it's like those, you know, when you get like the pictures of the properties on those little placards in the window of the estate agents, they're not directly next to each other, so you end up with this sort of like
Oh my god!
Like Giga Queen.
She's mid transformation into Mega May.
Oh, it's like a transformer.
Oh Jesus. I got a list here of the worst examples of public mourning. So, for example, Centre Parks. Say that again. Sorry.
God. Did you see about the one on the group chat about how the British the queue is to see her funeral?
The queue to see the coffin
crazy.
is mad. The wait-in time is it's more than 12 hours at the moment. I was just reading something. Right. David Beckham queued for 13 hours to go in and nod to a coffin and then leave.
What? Oh my
Which
God.
I mean, I get that it's part of history. Like, I've been watching, like, you know, the procession of the coffin and everything because I'm interested in this, you know, events that are going on. But watch it on telly.
Yeah, there's no point going there.
It's the age of the drone. Just get drones flying down and around it, getting like 360-degree shots 24/7 until it's the time.
Yeah. Shout out to David Beckham though. I've always rated him. I thought he seems like a really nice person. Him and his wife. David Beckham, that's the one, yeah. Because a lot of MPs and such have been jumping the queue with like speedy border passes because they're too important to queue. So, but someone like David Beckham could definitely have skipped the queue. He didn't. He queued for 13 hours, so fair play.
No, fair play. I always just remember the only full skit he did at one point.
Yeah.
We'll get there one day, Alex.
That's what he's best known for.
It was a skit they did for like comic relief or something. So it was only like a 5-10 minute episode.
I see.
And it's quite late on, so we won't get there for a while, but we'll get there one day.
The queue, there is a live tracker with like not a satellite, but like a maps image of the queue line drawn on, and a tagged location of where the end is and what the estimated wait time is. I was thinking, like, what can they use this technology for? Because it's really impressive.
Surely the end's on Monday, but
well, yes. Centre Parks said that people had to leave Centre Parks because of the period of mourning and then come back later, even though they were on holiday, which they U-turned on.
Make sense.
No, it doesn't at all. British Cycling said that people should probably not cycle anywhere on the day of the funeral.
Okay.
People said, I kind of need to get to work, so would you rather I didn't? So they U-turned on that. Norwich City Council have disallowed the use of one of their bike racks in the city centre because it's vaguely near a place where people are leaving flowers.
Okay.
Hammersmith had a car-free day in the city centre, which they've cancelled. Which people have said that people zooming down the high street in their SUVs would be exactly what the Queen would have wanted.
Was it you that mentioned that like there was a soup kitchen or something, or a feed the homeless?
Food banks, yeah.
Food
Some of them
banks
have had to close. Said they were closing, yeah.
And they're like, oh no, wait, we're actually meant to be helping people to live.
Yeah. Various supermarkets have turned down or off the beeps on the self-checkouts, making them harder to use because, of course, you know, just going shopping is incredibly disrespectful at this time. Dan Wootton from joke TV channel GB News has been laying some flowers at a public memorial, and the important thing, of course, is that he recorded a video of him doing it.
Oh yeah.
So that everyone knew that he'd done it. And someone has reversed it and tweeted it saying, shocking video has emerged of GB News' Dan Wootton stealing flowers from outside Buckingham Palace. And it actually looks really real, even just reversed. It's brilliant.
And it's like watching it as well. It's because at the start, the reversed video looks quite sort of jittery. It just kind of looks like he's looking around suspiciously.
Yeah. And then he backs away.
And then that was quite fun.
Yeah. And finally, The Onion, satirical newspaper stroke website, The Onion, ran an article titled, brackets, note, do not run until fucking Queen is dead or people will lose their shit, close bracket, Queen Elizabeth dead at 96. So there we are. That's Kristian's balance section.
Jesus.
No,
fair play.
There we are. I did have some other news, but perhaps I'll save that for next week. Yeah, we'll forget about it soon. I tell you what, though. You know, I'm someone who's into like all the kind of like military history and all that sort of shit. I watched the procession of her coffin from Buckingham Palace to Westminster, and it was really cool.
Out of a cannon. over the...
Do you know what? You're not as far away as you might think. They had it on the back of a gun carriage, like a cannon pulled by horses.
Oh,
and then on top of the cannon was the coffin. And every minute they fired a cannon, not the one under the coffin.
Oh. And then the final one, as they reach the place it's going to rest, is the coffin. They open the doors, aim, and get it right in place.
But yeah, I thought it was quite interesting to watch. They had some banging tunes on the brass band. They played like Death March extended mix. It was pretty good. But yeah, there we are. It's the funeral on Monday. We get a bank holiday.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a hospital appointment rebooked because of it.
Oh, that's what she would have wanted.
If I'm going to die, I'm going to get other people going with me.
That was literally a TikTok. I saw a video, and he was just like, it's like when you call the hospital at 11 a.m. on the Monday on the bank holiday. He's like, my leg's falling off. He was just like, oh no, that's a shame. Oh, you know what? The Queen's funeral has just started. You know, have fun with that. And you just hang up, and he's just like, oh, see you soon, Liz.
You think I'm going up there alone? I'm going to be worshipped even when I'm fucking dead.
I was thinking, because I was like, I've got like a few like I normally use internet banking, and I've got a few notes and things. I'm gonna have to start scribbling out the Queen's face and drawing Charles on them, because otherwise they won't be legal tender anymore.
Yeah, what's gonna happen with the money now?
Yeah, and until they actually put a proper statement and warning out, it's
they'll be legal tender still. They'll gradually release Charles notes into the wild, and then
I think do like the £5 notes have like a lifespan of like 4 or 5 years or something?
Okay.
So
yeah.
as the notes just start to degrade and deteriorate, where people always just fuck about with them, put them in their pocket, scrunch them up, whatever. The new ones, they'll shove them up their ass.
I've just remembered something.
Oh,
do you remember the Digimon episode where you scrunched up?
We've done too fucking many.
You scrunched up a note, a bank note, and it looked like the Queen had been beaten, and I made a joke about Philip beating her because she didn't want to have sex.
Oh god. Very vaguely now, you've sparked some kind of Digimon world.
Remember when I said I hadn't done anything bad?
Hey, at least they haven't caught that one.
Yeah. Fucking hell. No, do you remember? Do you remember when the pound coins changed, and they released new pound coin? Basically, when you buy something in a shop, the shop sends their money to the bank to pay it into their account, and the bank keeps anything that's been taken out of circulation, and new ones get put in circulation. So there was a period when you had both types of pound coin for a while, but now we only have the new pound coins. It'd be like that with the new money, except it'll happen to all money.
New money.
Yes, Numamon.
Newman. Yeah.
I'll really quickly just run through the rest of the things on my list. The new health secretary has used her time wisely to send a memo around staff telling them to not use Oxford commas, which I am very against because I love an Oxford comma. So that's when you list 3 things. If you put a comma, like the first thing, comma, the second thing, comma, the third thing, and the third thing. Some people say you shouldn't put a comma before that, and I think you absolutely should, because otherwise it's unclear what you're talking about. But the Guardian headline is Coffee, her name, urges staff to be positive, comma, be precise, comma, and not use Oxford commas. So I just liked that little fuck you. Then, do you know the Pokémon Sirfetch'd?
Yes. Farfetch'd's evolution in...
Yes.
Yeah.
So I found out what its name was in Japanese and its origin, and it's just quite cool, so I thought I'd share it. It is Negiga Knight, right? Okay. Which is obviously Giga and Knight, but also Negi is Japanese for spring onion, so it's Negiga Knight. But then also Negi ga Naito means must have a spring onion.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
It's good, isn't it?
They do like their play on their words.
Because it made me think of Wobbuffet and Wynaut, who
Why not?
they make a recurring a circular sentence in Japanese, because it's sonanso, which means that's the way it is, and Wynaut's name is sonano, which it doesn't actually mean it, but like it sounds exactly like it. It means really. So together, it's really, that's the way it is. Really, that's the way it is. Yeah, and so you kind of miss that in the dub of Pokemon, yeah, because when Wobbuffet pops up and says Wobbuffet, it makes sense for him to be saying that's the way it is.
It's right at the end of the motto, yeah.
Because the other one was Inkei, which is called Maika, which Ma is demon, Ika is cuttlefish. Maika, demon cuttlefish, but Maika means oh well. So we used to say that in the show as well.
So it was so they probably named it ready for the show or something. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Yeah. We mentioned last week about
Moshiroi.
Evil Wesley Crusher in the Mirror Universe.
Oh yeah.
You thought it might be something to do with the space probe that he gets off with, and it is. That's confirmed. He got godlike powers from it, and that's why he is the Emperor in the Evil Universe.
Quite obvious, yeah. Not obvious, but it was an easy route to go down.
Yes. Amazon have greenlit a TV series called Blade Runner 2099, which is directed by Ridley Scott. So it's just the continuation of the Blade Runner film franchise. It's now a TV series, so it's might be quite cool. I quite like those films. Or Red Dwarf Zero, as they're known.
I've only ever seen the original Blade Runner with is it Indiana Jones?
Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same person.
Yeah.
long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah. And finally, there was a teaser trailer for the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yes, I did see this, and we have a release date. It's around May next year.
Yes.
May 12th.
12th of May.
Yep.
Which is 6 days after my birthday.
Ah.
Perfect timing.
The Legend of the Zelda, The Tears of the Kingdom is what it's called.
Yeah. So, I'm definitely looking forward to that, yeah. That was the only part of the Nintendo Direct I watched, because I'd seen someone else put a thumbnail up of it, and I was like, okay, shit, better go see that. Skim. Oh, fucking hell. Skim. Oh,
Skim.
Where is it? Right at the fucking, obviously. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Looking forward to that, definitely.
Right. Also, I've been walking past this construction site up at Blaze Castle for the past week or so, and I've wondered what it is. They're like building some sort of tower. I thought it was like because there was some music thing up there, and they started building it then, so I thought it was to do with it. But now it's still there, so it seems to be something else. And this tower went up. It looks like some sort of like wizard's tower sort of thing, or castle keep. And I went past the other day, and they've built like a load of log cabins, like it's a little medieval village or something. And I found out today that it's something being produced by Bad Wolf Productions. I don't really know what.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, no. Because, like, I think they've got an office or something being built up in Cribbs Causeway, just round the corner from my mum's work.
So they're building a sort of rocky canyon structure up near Cribbs Causeway, apparently.
Yeah.
Which is for a TV series called The Winter King, which is based on Bernard Cornwell's series of books loosely based on the King Arthur myth.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's connected to that.
That's the main kind of leader at the moment in terms of theories, yeah.
Though obviously the hope would be...
Yes. But I'll be walking I'll be walking past it every day. I'm waiting for the day when I walk in the entrance to Blaze,
able to get into
and there's
there's
a security guard on the entrance road because they get like deliveries and stuff. But the actual thing is on the opposite side of the field to where I actually walk through. Some walk past it occasionally, so I'm waiting for the day where I walk into Blaze and he says you can't go through there, and I tell him to fuck off because it's a public field. But we'll get to that bit when we get to it. I won't use those exact words.
Make sure you take a camera or something, set up your phone.
Yeah. But I'm definitely going to make sure that I keep an eye on it so we can see if anything's going on. Because even if it is completely blocked off, it's near the woods, so I have ways.
We'll climb a few trees.
Yeah. Those are my woods. Do you remember I always said if I did a Pokemon region, that would be my gym?
Your gym is Blaze for
Yeah.
No.
But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. And that finally is all of my things.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really have much things. I've started watching two TV shows that are new to me. But I've realised today that one of them was out the year we're going to do today. And the other one was out, I think, next year or the year after. So I might as well just leave them for the TV of the years and mention them there. So I'm going to mention one of them today.
I'll mention Lord of the Rings of Power. Still loving it.
Okay.
I've encountered the first thing they've changed.
Oh, dear.
Where basically something that happened over generations and generations is now being condensed into happening over like a lifetime, one lifetime of people sort of thing. So they don't have time skips all the way through, I guess have to hire more cast. So things are changing, but they haven't changed the actual plot. They've just said, it all happened in this person's lifetime rather than over several generations.
It's a couple of numbers that have changed rather than Yeah.
I won't say too much because a lot of it hasn't actually happened yet. I just obviously know what's going to happen because I know the mythology. So I hope I know what's going to happen anyway.
Well, what should happen?
Yes. And House of the Dragon is still brilliant. I've seen loads of people calling it boring, but frankly, they must be thick because I love a bit of political drama.
Oh, okay. No spoilers. We've only seen the first episode. But I'm trying to find. We want to watch the rest of them, but we're struggling to find somewhere to watch them.
Oh. We have means and ways. I'm sure we can figure something out.
Means and ways.
Yeah, I think people just expect it to be constantly like big battle scenes and magic and with tits and dragons and things like that. It's not.
It got spoiled with the last series.
Yeah, I think it's much better though, personally. Anyway, should we do TV of the year? 2013. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12.
I have 5.
14.
14.
Juyeon. Yeonju? Juyeon or Yeonju? Oh no.
No, it's September.
What comes first? Anyway.
Monsieur l'Alex.
Okay. I just realised this is actually a show that I think you'll like, Ozzy. Have you ever heard of is it Gogglebox or Googlebot? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, no, I did. Yeah, I do know Gogglebox.
Yeah, that's number 5. Number 4. I don't know if anyone else. I don't think I've heard of anyone else who's seen this series. I think it was kind of like, a little bit like sort of a bit obscure, I guess. It's called Nowhere Boys.
I think I've heard of it. I don't. I think I may have just seen
familiar.
it on a guide, but I don't think I know what it is.
Yeah, it's a pretty good series. Crap films though.
What's it about?
No, yeah, it's basically about like these like bunch of this bunch of guys, but also they're like kind of they're all like a good school together, but they're all like in different like friendship like cliques and all that. Oh. And they end up being sent to like a parallel universe. And they have to try and sort of basically find a way to get back. Oh. And it's interesting. I think it's only around for like 2 seasons.
That's interesting. Yeah, that synopsis did not go where I thought it was going to go.
Oh yeah, they end up basically like going to a parallel universe. The first film was good. The second film was just crap.
Yeah.
But, the series itself was actually pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, that was number 3 is Broadchurch.
Nice.
I haven't actually seen Broadchurch.
Neither have I.
First season is great. Second season is alright, and then the rest is just crap. It's like it was trying to kind of recapture. Yeah, the first 2 seasons were really good, and then after that, it was just like, okay, you've kind of wrapped up the story. Why are you continuing?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And you used up all his good ideas on those first 2 series, clearly.
Pretty much, yeah. It was written by Chris Chibnall.
He didn't have any left over for Doctor Who, obviously.
No.
That's why I was so excited when I heard he was writing. I was like, oh, Broadchurch was amazing, so he'll be great. And then it was so disappointing.
Yeah.
These Doctor Who episodes weren't great.
Bashing of the week.
Hooray! Sorry, Panstill. It has to happen. It's in the contract.
Right.
It's in the contract, yeah. Until the Davis returns and we can all praise and joy. Though, as we've said, he's not perfect. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, fair. Have heard good things about the church that is Broad.
I think
Sorry.
I was going to say, I think if Russell the Davis comes back and, like, imagine that the first couple of episodes are crap, I think we just won't do a podcast for several months. We'll never live it down.
Well, we just pretend that Doctor Who hasn't started yet. Or we just pretend we don't know it's started.
We record these a month in advance.
Yeah.
We're just guessing that the Queen will die.
Oh, yeah, the amount of shit we can guess. We've just got oh shit, no, we haven't got a death note. Ignore that. Don't worry.
Oh damn. Suddenly very worried.
In Broadchurch, they got David Tennant, but they've also got the guy who played Rory, Arthur Darville's in it as well.
Oh yeah.
And also the person who played Olivia Colman, she played Prisoner Zero in Matt Smith's episode. Episode. There's like a lot of Doctor Who alumni in it.
Well, she
I
played
know Olivia Colman more from that Mitchell and Webb look.
And Hot Fuzz, of course. I've been on the station a few times.
Oh.
Yeah,
because I love it. It's the fact that she's gone on to be such a respected, like, Oscar-winning actress and everything, and you see her in Hot Fuzz, like, nothing like a bit of girl on girl.
Yes.
That's reminded me. The guy who plays King of the Series in House of Dragons, do you recognise him?
I saw your message about it, but let's tell one of the Andes.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realise it was him.
Okay.
No, I looked up. I was like, holy shit, it's him.
Good to know.
Good
to know they're still getting work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really surprised me because I was struggling to kind of disassociate Matt Smith's character from the Doctor.
Yeah.
And he's one of his characters.
I think you will in the latest episode.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I was struggling in the first episode, and because it's kind of like, I just keep looking at him and think he looks like Legolas because there's the hair.
Yeah.
As whenever I see him, I'm just like, it looks like Legolas from Lord of the Rings. But yeah, it did kind of ruin my childhood a bit, seeing a few scenes of him in the first episode. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, you're gonna love the latest one.
Rapes a dragon.
Oh, God.
Close.
What?
Oh, God. Oh, no. All right, I got to prepare myself. So my number 2 is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Cool.
Okay.
Excellent TV show.
And my number 1 is Steven Universe.
Steven Universe, did you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Came out in 2013.
Is that the one with the man who's a triangle?
No, that's Gravity Falls. That was last year.
Okay.
Steven Universe is the one where crystals turn into women and fight each other.
Oh, just like that dream I had.
Which, now that I've said crystals turn into women, it's just kind of like a more feminine version of entities.
I was thinking...
God, yeah, it is.
We use crystals to fight with. That's the
I was thinking
only
it was,
similarity.
The Flux people from Flux.
Oh, yeah. No, I know what you mean. Not quite, but yeah. I know. What
were they called? Ravagers. Was that it? Or was that Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, that was Guardians of the Galaxy because we kept... Or were they both the same? And we mentioned something about... I don't know. So much was stolen.
Oh, man. Cool. Steven Universe.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Steven Universe.
Nunc universo gaudio. Right, I'll do mine then, shall I? Have you got anything else to say about Stefan Universe?
Nope. It's just a great series.
Nice.
I will say, how far have we got? We're on the second series, aren't we?
I think we just got to the second season.
Yeah, sort of. Whereas me and you, Kristian, in our breaks, we watch Taskmaster. Me and Alex watch Steven Universe.
Nice.
And I will say, from what it starts off a bit slow, but it does get pretty good. It is.
Yeah,
well, from what I've seen, I am enjoying it.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad.
Right.
Nice.
So, 2013. Well, this is a year that could have several of my top 5 could have been the winner, and a lot of the things in my honorables could have been in the top 5. There's just only so much space.
Okay.
So, the honorables. Number 1. Well, the honorables. It's not number 1. It's just honorables. Rick and Morty. I love that show, but it didn't make the top 5 this year. It's very, very funny show, but doesn't have all the same kind of appeal. But you'll see. Danganronpa.
Hi, yeah.
It's quite good. I enjoyed that one.
You haven't seen Danganronpa?
No, I started playing the game, and I've never finished it.
We recommend the show over
the
game.
The show does it a lot better.
Yeah.
Okay.
We played the game for about an hour and a half, and we haven't touched it since. And that was
pretty much what I did.
10, 15 years ago.
Yeah. And then for the benefit of the tape, Ozzy got me watching the show for reaction.
We reacted to the entire series on the channel.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll check it out then.
Yeah, it is pretty good. And I wonder if that...
Monster XOY is my next one.
XOY, okay. I was just going to mention that we reckon that's where we got Tits McGee from, is Danganronpa.
Okay. I didn't know that.
As well, we mentioned it in a reaction, because at one point the girl who's also the serial killer, the split personality girl, she calls someone Tits McGee.
Okay. I remember
and we mention it there, and it's just a name I at least always tend to use for generic random female character. Here's our Tits McGee.
Which has evolved from, I think, what it originally was, which is the Digimon characters with prominent boobies. It just now applies to any woman.
Yeah. Anyway,
Pokemon X and Y.
Pokemon X, Y,
It's very good. It's basically just like a shonen anime, but Pokemon's very good. I like it.
But
then
sub only, am I correct?
Yes, sub only. Yes. Thank you very much. Got a brilliant theme tune as well. Look it up. Jamae, Private School Girl. So this is the Australian guy who did that other one, whose name I've forgotten.
Is that? I keep seeing that memes of that. I never knew what it was from.
His name like Craig Lilly or something like that. Something Lilly. Chris Lilly. So it's basically he plays this posh girl who goes to an exclusive private school, and it just follows him, her, and her like group of friends, and it's just incredibly well observed. They're just like teenage girls, and that's kind of what the comedy is. It's very funny. Toast of London, which is a sitcom starring Matt Berry as a struggling actor, voiceover artist in London.
I think I've seen people uploading, reacting to clips of that, but because I haven't actually seen it, I haven't watched any of them.
I've only seen the odd episode here and there on telly. It's one of those things that I feel like I would have been really into, but you just when you just don't catch the start of something, you just kind of never get into it, sort of thing. The episodes I've seen here and there I've really loved, but I've just never really watched more of it.
Fair.
Brooklyn 9-9.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned on here before. I've watched a lot of back in the day and then just kind of stopped watching it, but I still very much like it.
Last season is great.
I'm only 6 episodes through, but yes, I'm enjoying what I've seen.
And final honourable is An Adventure in Space and Time.
Oh, was that this year?
Off of Doctor Who. It's only a little one-off. It's not a series, but I thought I'd put it in there anyway.
Yeah, it's a TV thing.
So, number 5 is Modern Life is Goodish. off of Dave Gorman. Spreadsheet comedy, not spreadsheet, PowerPoint. He basically.
Last time I checked, a lot of them were on YouTube.
Yeah, he's uploaded them himself. A lot of them are on there.
Yeah.
It's basically he has like a sort of a little comedy PowerPoint. He just kind of talks about things that annoy him, and he investigates things that annoy him, like how do you get the royal seal of approval, and that kind of thing. It's kind of hard to describe. It's just really funny.
It's just the random thoughts that he has, but he's quite an unusual person.
Yeah, and he has an unusual thought, and he doesn't just go, oh, that's strange. He really, really deeply looks into it beyond the point of all reasonableness, and is very funny explaining how he did it, sort of thing. So number 4 is The Wrong Mans, which was a Matthew Bainton and James Corden comedy about these two kind of vaguely inept council workers who get accidentally caught up in this whole international espionage thriller. They just can repeatedly get mistaken for the wrong people and get mixed up in it all. It's
I don't think
I've got both series on DVD. It is genuinely one of the best British comedies of the last decade. It's very, very funny. The plot is incredible, the way it twists and turns with amusingness.
Well, maybe if we ever do another Christian's picks, you can chuck some of them on.
Yeah. Number 3, Count Arthur Strong, which is another sitcom about a kind of past it comedian from back in the day who's now just kind of a bit senile and hangs around with all his mates in the cafe. And the son of his former comedy partner comes to like interview him or something. It was based on a radio play, and I heard really good. I saw the adverts on telly, and I was like, "Oh, it's just one of these shitty primetime BBC sitcoms that they like to make." Yeah. But I heard that the radio series was amazingly funny, so I thought, "Okay, I'll check it out." And it is really, really good. It's kind of like almost kind of like quite surreal. Just in like this the way this doddery old man goes about things. And it's one of those comedies that unexpectedly makes you really care about the characters, and then in the last episode has you crying over them in a silly little comedy.
A bit like, not necessarily in plot or tone or anything, but just in that sense of, at the start you don't really care, but then by the end you love them, Only Fools. Yes. Where like, in the early series, you're kind of hit and miss on the characters, but then as you grow with them, it's kind of, Yeah, no, I get you. Nice. Okay. Fair.
So, a classic moment is Tooties, which I will post in the chat for you all now, and I encourage everyone to look up at home.
Okay.
But moving straight on with the next one on the list, number 2 is In the Flesh, which was a BBC Three drama thriller type series about this quiet rural village in the north of England in the aftermath of a zombie apocalypse.
That sounds very interesting.
In the way that the zombie apocalypse ended was some scientists found a cure for it, and all the zombies are being rehabilitated and given like flesh-coloured makeup and contact lenses and being sent back to live their lives again. And it follows this teenage boy who was a zombie who goes back to try and live his life in a world where everyone hates zombies, and they all spent their lives, the last few years fighting zombies, including his sister was like the best zombie killer sort of thing. And it's about how he kind of adjusts to life again. And you also start to find out through flashbacks about his life before the whole thing happened, and how he got into that predicament. It's just very, very, very good drama. I forgot to mention the main thing, which is that the zombies are a metaphor, but I won't say any more. I encourage you to watch it.
Oh, no, okay. I don't think I'd heard of it.
And speaking of very, very, very good dramas, I'm going to stick 3 more verys on there. Very, very, very. Oh. My number 1 is Utopia, which was recently remade for Americans, but avoid that like the plague, because they miss all the point of it. As you'd expect.
That's usually happening.
Yeah. So Utopia is about this group of comic book fans who meet on an online internet forum dedicated to this kind of legendary graphic novel called Utopia. that the author, the artist, and whatever had the same guy. Kind of like disappeared mysteriously. It was never finished. There's a lost manuscript somewhere, and they're just kind of looking for this lost manuscript. One of them finds it. They all meet up, and before they know it, they're being chased by these assassins who are not afraid to kill people to get this manuscript back. A guy gets his eye scooped out at one point, I think. It's kind of hyper violent, but it's an amazing. It's amazing. It's really, really good. It's the whole story is like this whole kind of conspiracy theory thing going on that they get caught up in. The soundtrack is amazing as well, by this guy called Cristobal Manuel Tapia de Veer or something like that. I read an interview where like the producer of the show said when they first met with him, for him to like think about some of the music he might put in there, he'd bought this like animal's jawbone with him and a thing to hit it with, because he said this makes the best sound, so I use this to do my percussion noises. He's like a bit mad, it seems.
Okay, no, fair play. Love an eccentric person.
But yeah, Utopia is really, really, really good. Let's see if I can find the first scene, because that kind of sets up the rest of the series, and of course it's something that they didn't put in the American version. Yeah, so give that a watch, and soon you'll be saying, "Don't put the gas away just yet." Cool. Over to Ozzy.
Over to me. Right at the bottom, we have this year's Power Rangers Mega Force, the crappiest of them all. Moving on. Still Open All Hours is on the list. No one else mentioned that. Is that this year?
I don't know. It didn't make my list. I didn't think it was that good.
Okay. It's quite far down. It's just, these are kind of the mentions at the moment. Gogglebox, that was all right. Old Jack's Boat, which I've actually seen in passing. It's just basically about an old man with a dog who tells tales of like his past and old. It's a CBeebies show. Logan watches it, but what's good about it is that it stars Bernard Cribbins.
Oh, that is good about it.
And in more than one episode, Freema Agyeman's a guest star.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I think there was one more Doctor Who alumnum from around their time. I just can't remember.
Another Doctor Who aluminium.
Aluminium from around the Davies time.
Oh, was it Harriet Jones, MP for Fly Down North?
No, I can't remember, but I know Cheyenne once took a picture on her phone of the three of the actors together in a scene or something, and sent it to me on Facebook. But yeah, no.
Cheyenne is Ozzy's personal assistant.
Yes. Then we have Rick and Morty, which I have only seen 2 episodes of, but I've enjoyed the 2 episodes I've seen. Well, no, actually, the first one I found a bit much. I enjoyed the second one a lot more.
So you remember whenever Rick and Morty came up in conversation before, I would always say to you, "That's the worst episode."
Yeah.
It used to really frustrate me that you were judging it on that. Like, no, watch another one, please.
So yeah, you showed me another one, and it was. I can see it being something I'd probably get into. It's just getting around to watch. Then we have this year's Kamen Rider shout out, Kamen Rider Gaim, the one with the fruit. Samurai.
Life of Gaim.
Orange Arms. Yes.
Orange Arms,
yep. Then this is one of the show that I mentioned that I've only started watching over the past 2 days. But it's called Mighty Med. It's a Disney Channel kids sitcom about high school students who get wacky situation type thing. Only this wacky situation is that they start working for a hospital for superheroes and have to use like weird, crazy comic book knowledge to try and heal the heroes. So, for example, there's a hero that spends all his time on a planet with heavy gravity. So his heart isn't in his chest, it's in his feet. So the defibrillators wasn't working on him until the main characters discover or came up with it and
When
chopped
you
his
want
feet.
when you want the heart at the top of the body, so the gravity pulls the blood down. Because if
I
the heart's at the
don't
bottom,
know.
the heart would have to push it up to the top of the body
It's-
against gravity.
Don't look for logic. This isn't.
I don't think
from
these
what-
people are doctors at all. Actually, Mighty Meds are right, because if the heart's at the top, the blood will fall to the bottom and gravity will keep it there. So you need the heart at the bottom so that you can push. Yes, the heart will have to work really hard, but it'll push the blood up to the top, and then gravity will bring it back down to the heart, which will push it back up to the top. This has been Kristian's Medical Corrections. Join us next week when... No, I'm not going to make that joke because it got another one of my videos removed. Bye.
From what I've seen of this show, it's not about the logic. It's just quite weird and wacky. And the characters all kind of have good chemistry off each other. And for young actors, most of them are quite good. There's the odd one or two that you cringe at, but they can pull off their scenes. It's it's surprising for a Disney Channel, Disney XD, Disney Plus comedy thing.
Extremely digital.
Yeah. But I started watching it because I saw someone's review where a guy went on about how surprisingly good it was. So I thought, all right,
Fair enough.
I've got someone's Disney Plus, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I'll give it a look. But yeah, then we have Steven Universe, which, as I previously mentioned, watched about the first series or so. I'm enjoying it.
Steven.
Really fun. Yeah. Followed by The Dumping Ground, which is the sequel series to Tracy Beaker,
Nice.
just without Tracy Beaker.
Not nice.
But Mike, one of the original care workers, was still there.
Nice.
So, it was basically, it continued straight on from Tracy Beaker Returns with half the same characters from that. So it's kind of
Tracy
like
Beaker leaves.
Yeah, they kind of set you up for a spin-off without Tracy Beaker by having a series with her for 2 series or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I've always been a big fan of the Tracy Beaker universe. Big part of my childhood. I chucked in An Adventure in Space and Time because you mentioned it.
Nice.
Nice. Then we've got Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which again I've only seen 6 episodes of, but I'm really enjoying it. Then we have Dave Gorman's Modern Life is Goodish.
Aha.
Which you mentioned. Yeah,
I've just remembered another good thing he does, which is the found poem, where he basically takes a load of internet comments about the stupid comments and makes them into a little poem.
Yeah,
They're always fantastic.
Yeah.
There's like the secret. There's the secret ones where like he corpses halfway through that are always fun to find.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry, go on.
I found it about 3-4 years ago where I just went on a big binge of the entire YouTube channel he has.
I'd recommend some of his stand-up things are on YouTube as well. Like,
what's the one where he just went on a big trip around the world? Was it for Google?
There was Google. I can't remember the details now. There was Google Whack Adventure where he was trying to find.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
And there was Are You Dave Gorman, which is when he went around trying to find all the different Daves Gorman in the world.
Oh no, I think I have seen that one actually. Yeah. Sounds familiar. Well, yeah, no, he's just a good comedian. It is.
Yeah. I actually saw him. Do you know what? I'd completely forgotten this until just now. I saw him at the Horse Dome, the Hippodrome.
Oh, okay.
What was he doing? That was it. With great
stand up.
With great PowerPoint comes great responsibility point, and that was really, really funny. That was great. I've never found a video of that. I'll have to look for one right now.
Yeah. Anyway, next we have Whose Line Is It Anyway? 2013.
Oh,
which was like the return where it's not can't remember his name. It's not the original host. It's not the host that came after, but it's a new host.
Yes, I can't remember who it is either.
Yeah, it's still Whose Line Is It Anyway? It's still, no matter who the host is, really, they've still got 90% of the same comedians doing it. So I enjoyed it. Cool. Yeah,
Whose Line is so good.
It is. I think it might have been some of our earliest like dippings into like improv type comedy and stand-up comedy and stuff. Me at least.
Yeah.
Because I got into it sort of like early secondary school. Because it was always on like one of the like weird Freeview Fiverr.
It was on 5USA.
That's it. 5USA.
And I've got to mention this. I know I mention this every time I mention Computer Science it anyway, but it pisses me off even to this day that they did all the episodes in order until the last episode and then went backwards through the episodes again. So I just seen these episodes. Why did they do that? I want answers, goddammit.
Yeah, that was a bit strange. Well, no, we're in my top 2 now. Anyway, that was my number 3.
Oh.
I realised we've gone for so far through. Danganronpa at number 2. I really liked it. It was fun, yeah. But my number 1 is Yuden Sentai Kairouger, which though not my, it's Super Sentai Kairouger.
Oh, okay.
It's the dinosaur themed Sentai that was out in 2013. It became Dino Charge Power Rangers, but that doesn't matter because this was technically my first ever Sentai over Power Rangers, and it's what got me into the Sentais over the Power Rangers.
Okay.
Because I think it had hit the end. It must have been Power Rangers Megaforce had just ended and they hadn't released the next one. So I thought, all right, I'll go and have a look, see what I'd not long ago learnt about the origins of Power Rangers, etc., etc. So I thought, all right, I'll go and have a look.
Zordon, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, okay. No, it
I'm
was...
so glad I got that name right. Holy crap.
You did. Just remember, they fight in Zords, and you can turn them on.
Oh, of course, yeah. You turn Zord on, do you?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Like tickle his projector?
Ooh. Yeah. But yeah, I checked it out, and since then I've been an avid Sentai fan over Power Rangers.
Cool.
It was the one I showed you the first episode, Alex. The robot dinosaur.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
that one. Yeah. It's the one I've got the yellow gun to. And when they morph, they do the dance.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's, It might be my first footsteps into, like, becoming a proper weeb.
Oh, so it's to blame.
It possibly, because I've always liked anime, and as I thought they were when I was a young kid, cartoons. But then, like, I hadn't dabbled much into just Japanese anything apart from the odd dubbed anime.
Yeah, Double-A.
Since getting into Sentai, I've kind of switched on preferring dub over sub, and now I prefer sub over dub.
Okay.
And just, it's kind of, it's, I think
the dub's
it's
never
the
the same, is it?
It's not. Not that now I know.
Now we know.
Now I know. I've been edumacated.
Yeah.
On the way of the Japanese.
It's like when you watch like foreign Simpsons, and Homer comes in and goes, it's like, that's not the right voice. What are you doing?
Yeah. But
Foreign Simpsons there.
But yeah, no. It's not my favourite Sentai, I will say, but it is my first ever. It broke my Sentai virginity.
It was your Sentai cherry.
A long road of spending over hundreds of pounds on Japanese toys. From there, I started trying to learn the language. Well, no, from there I got into like the other tokusatsu style shows. And then from there, I started getting into the language, and I've started dabbling in a few more anime stuff now. Yeah, I've just gone. So yeah, blame the robot dinosaurs, and I think it's what made me realize I have a Japanese guys.
Because
there's an episode about halfway through the series where the main No, that's actually. But my favorite Sentai does have a bathhouse episode. The train one. Tokyuja does have a bathhouse episode.
Is the bathhouse on a train? Because it should be.
No, I think it's like one of the characters' favorite bathhouse is in danger or something, so they have to. But yeah,
from what I've watched of those, that seems like a very sort of that genre plot.
Yeah, yeah. But no, halfway through, Kairouja, the main character, just rips off his shirt for no reason whatsoever. It's just like a big slow-mo epic moment. He's just got his faith restored back into him. He knows he's gonna do this. He's gonna win. He's gonna fight.
Sometimes you just got to rip your shirt off,
just for the sake of it. And
I thought it made me laugh in the women's Euro 2022, the European Football Championships, when it was like some things are universal, whether you're a man, woman, or anything. You score the winning goal in the European final, you rip your shirt off and swing it around your head.
No, but you have just gave me I don't actively seek out memes, but I do sometimes watch people I'm subscribed to on YouTube watching memes.
Yeah,
and I think there was just a meme of like a wrestler who had just won a match. The guy came up to him and said, "Why'd you take off your shorts?" And he was like, "My balls were hot."
That was good.
So he just literally at the end of the match, he just stripped off his shorts. Like, why did you do that? I got hot balls. No.
There was another bit in that in that Euros final when like one of the German players came on as a substitute with like a little note from the manager to show everyone what the new tactics were going to be or whatever. And one of the England players was just like constantly trying to read it like over their shoulder, like walking up to him going, "What's that?" One of the German players hands it to another player and the English player like stands in front of them and holds her hand out. Like, I love that.
I mean, if it was written in German, what was the chances that the English player would actually know what it said? But
yeah,
fair.
I have to head off, guys, because I need to make some tea.
Okay, no, fair. We haven't got much more to do, really. I doubt.
Should we wrap? I had 0 other biscuits, so we could just wrap it in.
The only other biscuit I had was the other show I watched, which I might as well just mention, which is called Noragami, which is quite cool. It's about Noragami. But I found it because I listened to a Japanese band called The Oral Cigarettes, and they do the theme tune for the second series, which I haven't got to yet. But I've started watching it. It's quite fun. It's about a unknown god who's trying to make a name for himself.
Oh, sounds decent. Yeah,
yeah. But he's just like quite a slacker type character, and he's doing like odd jobs for. But we've started having like hints of like darker backstories, etc., and like there's the other characters is a girl who's like halfway between the spirit world and the real world because she like saved the god and got hit by a bus or something like that. And then his weapon is also a spirit that can turn into the weapon, and they fight demony monsters that spawn from people's dark emotions.
Oh, but like yummies.
Yeah.
For the O's fans.
Yeah, can see why I kind of like it.
Yeah.
But no, the characters are fun. I'm enjoying it.
Nice. We'll hear about that in the future, I imagine.
Yeah. Yes. I'm only 4 episodes through. No, 5. I watched the 5th one today.
Cool.
But anyway,
so
that was my only other biscuit. That's everything. I'm done.
Magic. Still no own brand chocolate hobnobs in Lidl, but they brought back the non-own brand hobnobs and brought in on brand chocolate hobnobs. So I think the first shoots of recovery are there.
Okay.
Just to keep everyone, because I know everyone was worried.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for attempting to listen, everyone. Yeah. That was Inaudible episode something.
Not as risky an episode as last time.
Episode 245.
The time before. Oh Jesus, we've only got 5 till the 50th.
We have.
Are we going to do that live or?
Yeah, I'd like to do that live. Probably still over the lines, but
yeah.
Sorry, I really need to go. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You are still good for tomorrow, Alex?
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
No, awesome.
Yes, see you then.
See you later.
See you then.
Bye.
later. And we will speak.
We
will see all of you all at home.
All
at
the
some point.
4 or 5 of you that watch this, including me and Alex. Next time, whenever that happens to be.
Yes. Next week,
Check
probably.
out our shit. Yeah. I don't think we've got anything planned for next week. So.
Oh, should I give you a little editing update on Kristian, the Kristian 444 channel?
Okay.
My next one to edit is from the 3rd of July.
Oh, okay. We're catching up slightly.
I've just built the new pavilion in the compound. And I'll be honest, I knew we had a new pavilion. I knew that I named it. I had no recollection whatsoever of capturing the new, naming the new, and building the pavilion. I didn't know I'd done that, so that was a nice surprise.
You knew they were there, but you couldn't remember it being you.
Yeah.
That's generally how it goes, yeah. It's like, did I build that? Yeah.
Oh, it was the first one with new test block here.
Oh, okay.
Our testing dimension. Our chance dimension, I should say.
Oh, so we are quite coolting up.
Yeah, there's only
a couple more Minecraft, but then we go on to other games.
Yeah,
don't
there's
we?
two more Minecraft before we go on to Magica.
Mujika.
And then on
Magica?
Exactly.
Is it magic?
It is. And then
Yatta!
over on Invisible Tower, the new EU4 expansion's just come out, and I've just started a campaign as the Teutonic Order. So check that out. I'm having a blast.
Oh. On my editing updates, I've been a little bit lax this past week because everything's been getting back to normal at work. So.
Yes.
But I have still got one scheduled for tomorrow, which will be Kamen Rider O's and W featuring Skull Part 1, whatever that was.
Am I in that one? Yeah, I am. Yeah.
O's and W.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Where it was like I can't remember his name. The
Go-to?
Old ancient like warlord samurai king
Oda Nobunaga.
Oda Nobunaga, that's him.
That's right. I remember now. It's all coming back. All bumming cack.
So that one will be up tomorrow. I've got a Digimon edited ready to upload, but that's about it. So I need to get I've got the list of what I need to do. So I need to do the sitcoms. I need to do the next Doctor Who. Do a Star Trek or two. But yeah.
Cool.
Check that out. That's TS Reactions.
Oh yeah, didn't mention, did we?
Bunch of reactions. 90% me and Kristian, but then me and Alex do a few things, and then me and this guy called Ray do the odd thing. But if you like watching two bargain bin chuckle brothers talking over your favourite sci-fi shows, then go check us out. We've got classic Who, got classic Trek. We've got semi-classic Kamen Rider. It was 2010, 2011. It's ancient for us.
Decade ago. Just leaving school.
No. Decades a completely different Kamen Rider, I'm afraid.
Oh. You got me.
It's literally a Kamen Rider decade. I mean, oddly enough, I think he might have been some kind of 10th anniversary, possibly. I don't really know much about decade, yeah. Is that the one with the cards?
I've no idea.
I don't know. Anyway, that's me.
On that bombshell. Thanks everyone. Thanks for listening. Speak to you next week. Check out our shit. Links are everywhere. All the funny pictures are in the description as well.
Yes, make sure you do that.
See you then.
Yep.
Bye.
Matane!
Exclamation mark.
Ah!
That's the noise they make.
Exclamation mark.
Ah.
The is the little dot bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
The is exclamation mark on that one long stroke up, and then you press the dot at the button. Is
Yeah, because exclamation marks were invented by a man whose surname was Mark, and his first name.
I mean, that's the show I mentioned, that Mighty Med. Yeah, they had it's just quite a funny. It's quite witty dialogue, to be fair, because it's like exclamation marks are great because without them, superheroes would be just like, "Don't worry, here I come to save you." I liked it. I found it funny. I find it funny.
I'm sure my laugh got noise gated. I did a little
okay.
expressing of air.
Okay. Sure. Whatever. Next time, bye. Because that's guaranteed to go into the... I don't know.
Who knows?
Anyway.
There's no fart on the end this week, out of respect.